welcome you to our press conference announcing AB 371, the Right to Dental Care Act. Right now, there are millions of Californians who are paying their dental insurance bills every month, but not actually receiving care. Over 30% of people have noted that they don't access dental care currently because of cost, more so than any other type of care. This is despite the fact that they have care. But insurance companies only cover care within their network. And what we're seeing all across California is that this is being used as a loophole to deny consumers and patients the care that they're paying for. Every single Californian deserves timely, accessible, and affordable dental care. Dental care is not something that is optional, it is essential. It is not something that people can delay or put off when they need it. It is something that people need in an ongoing preventative way. And you can ask anyone who's a parent who deals with their children. This is often the issue that they deal with the most when young people experience dental pain, when they have challenges. But it's something that we deal with throughout our entire life. And as California's population ages, this becomes even more important, because as people age, their need for accessible dental care close to where they live could not be more essential. Well, if we're going to make this happen for millions of Californians who right now are being denied that access to coverage, we are going to have to change our laws. Because as things stand, dental insurance companies are able to use loopholes to deny people access to care. How do they do it? When it comes to medical care, and even when it comes to pediatric dental care, there are obviously requirements that there are folks in your network who are close enough for you to be able to access. Within 15 miles for primary coverage, within 30 miles in our bill for specialists. This is common sense. If you have a network and you require your patients to go within that network, you have to have folks who are accessible to people's home or work. Right now, that exists for medical care, and inexplicably, it is denied to folks for dental care, and we're going to change that. The other thing that happens is that people are referred to specialists or come to a dentist who is out of network, and this is care that is actually should be covered by their insurers. But instead of actually paying for that care, they require the patient to pay for it themselves out of pocket and then hope that maybe at the other side it's reimbursed. Unfortunately, many times it is not reimbursed, as we see incredibly high rates of denials, particularly for some dental insurance companies. And we see throughout the insurance industry less than 50% of the amount that people pay in premiums going to patient care. There are enough dentists in our state. There are over 35,000 dentists in California. Many of them are standing behind me. Some of them are future dentists. And we are very proud of our dentists in our state. But if you don't include them in the network and you set it up in a way that they can't join the network, you're not going to be able to provide care for people who need it. We have to reform this system so that there are enough dentists who are in network and that patients are not getting screwed out of the money that they're giving for their premiums. They're paying for it. They should get their dental care, and it should be affordable, accessible, and timely. It shouldn't be an hour from where they live or work. It shouldn't be something they have to pay for out of pocket when it's something that they've paid for. So I'm honored and excited to be able to introduce a few individuals who can speak from personal experience to this challenge and how this bill will be able to finally ensure greater access to timely and affordable care for California's patients. I want to welcome first Jennifer DeGrande, who is a patient from the Bay Area who recently had issues with her private insurance and could not find a dental provider where she lives. Jennifer.
Thank you very much. As the Assemblyman said, my name is Jennifer DeGrande, and I'm a mom of 2, and I live in the Bay Area. Growing up in a family of 5 kids, my parents couldn't afford dental insurance. So when I became an adult and insured myself, I prioritized getting proper dental care and hygiene, and that's something that I was very committed to for my family. We had a lovely dentist down the street from our home. My kids and my husband and I all saw that practice and very much appreciated the care they provided until a few years ago when they split from Delta Dental and we were forced to find a new practice. After combing many references from people I worked with that had the same insurance I did, I found it very challenging to find a new practice. We eventually landed with one 20 minutes from our home. I've since changed jobs and have a new version of Delta Dental Insurance and have been unable to find a dentist that will take our insurance. I've called 3 dozen dentists. I have not been able to secure an appointment. The closest appointment I have been told I may have access to is June. I'm very hopeful that this bill will help patients like myself and my family, as well as the very many other people dealing with this issue. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jennifer. And Jennifer's story, unfortunately, is far too common with millions of Californians finding themselves in a similar situation where they're not offered a dentist or a specialist in network who is anywhere near where they live or work. I want to invite up the sponsor of this bill and someone who sees this challenge all across the state, Max Martinez, who is the current president of the California Dental Association and is from Southern California. He's a member of various dental societies, and he is the past president of the Harvard Dental Society. Welcome.
Thank you, Assemblymember Haney. I am Dr. Max Martinez. I'm president of the California Dental Association, and I practice in Paramount, California, returning to the community that I grew up in. And throughout my life, I've seen the impact of people facing barriers to dental care. In my 40 years of practicing dentistry, I have repeatedly seen patients struggle with their dental insurance, the way that Jennifer, as you heard, has struggled with hers. I've had patients that have asked me to pull a tooth that could be saved when their insurance fell short and left the cost of treatment, like, for example, a crown, that was totally out of the reach because of cost. It's really heartbreaking to see patients avoid treatment, losing their teeth because of cost. How many of you have experienced this? We all know that dental care is essential to the person's overall health and well-being. It starts here. But our laws and regulations don't adequately reflect that. The truth is that dental insurance isn't real insurance and often falls short of what people really need. In addition to limited benefits and high copays, dental insurers exploit loopholes, exceptions, and restrictions that limit patients' ability to use the coverage that your employer or that you pay. AB 371 addresses one of the key problems today, the growing difficulty in finding a dentist, as you heard, in your plan's network. Why can't you go to your dentist of your choice? The current standards for dental plans fall way too short, well below the medical plans. Patients should not be penalized for their dental plan's failure to provide an adequate network of dentists. Simply put, AB 371 raises the bar, improves value, and will make it easier for patients to access the dental care they really, really need. You know, at this time, I want to share my deep appreciation to Assemblymember Haney for championing this cause. I also want to thank Jennifer for stepping up here, for sharing her personal and touching story. I'm sure similar stories are a lot here, just like you may have stories like this. I want to acknowledge and thank all the dental students that are here today. They're right behind me. And they're in support of this bill. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the future of the profession and the future of the state's oral health system. And I think our future is in great hands. And a quick thanks to the Union American Physicians and Dentists for co-sponsoring this bill with my California Dental Association. Our state and our patients need AB 371. Let's go get it passed. I leave you personally and humbly thanking you for your support and for being here today. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Max. And as you said, we're very excited to have dental students with us. And, you know, as all of us are taught from a very young age, we have to listen to our dentists. And we have our dentists and their representatives entirely aligned on this issue of access to care. And it's something that already, these standards already exist when it comes to medical care. And there's absolutely no reason why it shouldn't also apply in the case of dental care. And it's also already applied in many other states. So there are many other states who already have this standard requiring folks to be able to have timely, accessible care close to where they work or live, and that is something that Californians deserve as well. I want to welcome our last speaker, Stuart Busey, who is the current president of the Union of American Physicians and Dentists, AFSCME Local 206, and he has been the president since 2006. Welcome, Stuart.
Okay, thanks very much for having me here. I may feel a brotherhood and sisterhood with all of you. I'm family practice doctor for God knows how long, 38, 40 years, and you know, they say the mouth is the gateway to people's health, and this is why this bill is so important. Why, you may ask, is a union president coming over with employed dentists? We have hundreds of employed dentists. Why are we supporting this bill? Well, our members come in and out of private practice. They want a stable environment where they can make a decent living, and they don't have to do what you know, Max and Jennifer and Assemblymember Haney have said, is pay out of pocket for outrageous fees at some point for the care that they're promised with insurance. There's crucial access, and the problem that the medical community experienced about 10 or 15 years ago are the skinny networks, they call them, the narrow networks of people like you guys that have massive debt that go into these networks and find themselves having lower fees and working hard. There are many doctors in these networks, but not enough for all the 40 million people here in California. So where do we spend? If we have an abscessed tooth, if we have a cracked tooth or a root canal problem, we go to out-of-network, who's ever closest. And this is where the problem is in California. The denials, the assignment of benefits, as you may know that term, is, the patient goes into the out-of-network and signs a waiver that the doctor will be paid and crosses their fingers that their insurance plan will pay the doctor because they, there's no other way other than to pay a hefty bill. So this is what 371 is all about, ensuring compliance that the dental plans will pay the out-of-network doctors, and health care, dental care will be given to them. Delays will be very serious with abscessed teeth and people, as Dr. Martinez says, losing teeth. Serious stuff. So we've had the solutions in the medical community since the Affordable Care Act. The Department of Insurance and Department of Managed Care have landed on the insurers and the medicine to make these skinny, narrow networks functionally expansive by, guaranteeing that you will get an assignment of your benefits to an out-of-network doctor. And this is great peace of mind if you have to go long distances or have to delay. You won't delay the care. So what are the solutions? As Assemblymember Haney said, to be close enough to have a provider within 15 miles or 30 minutes, to have direct payment of the dental plan benefits to the out-of-network provider, and also to have urgent care addressed immediately. If you have a problem with your teeth, 48 hours for urgent care. I think it's 18 days for non-urgent care, 36 days preventive care, guaranteed just like the medical plans have a guarantee. So we fought for them, and we're going to fight with you guys to get the insurance companies to do the right thing. And lastly, the other part of I like the part of the bill is the monitoring, the watchdogging of the Department of Managed Care, Department of Insurance, to make sure that these dental plans comply with the law. So we're very much in support of you guys. Union of American Physicians strongly supports 371. Thanks.
I just want to close by saying a few things. First of all, we are so grateful again to the California Dental Association and the Union of American Physicians and Dentists, Stuart, Max, and Jennifer for being here. I know Jennifer's story is representative of so many people. Actually, in addition to always listening to your dentist, it's also important that you always tell them the truth. And just earlier, I had a little confession to Max and Stuart about my own experience with this issue. Last year I had a toothache. I went in to my primary care dentist. They took a look at it and said, well, you had a root canal done a while back, and we're going to refer you to a specialist because it seemed like something might be wrong. So we're going to send you over here where you can get some x-rays and they'll take a look at it. Maybe they can help. They sent me to a place which was on the other side of the city, which was fine. I get there, I show up, and they tell me, all right, we'll do the x-rays, but it's out of your network and it'll cost you $2,000. And I said, okay, so that's a surprise. I don't have $2,000. Will this be reimbursed? Will my insurance ultimately pay for it? And they said, well, you'll have to take that up after the fact. And so this is where the truth-telling to the dentist came in earlier. I left, and I haven't gone back, and I haven't actually dealt with the issue that my dentist referred me to. So when you have to go to a place where you need care right then, in the situation that I was in and others have been in, and you're told that you might get this covered and you're given an astronomical cost for it, many people will just turn away and not get it done at all. And we are already in a situation where people often have very low caps on dental care, so the care that they need actually runs out, and the result of that is high copays. And if on top of that, you're sent to places where even when you're covered, even when it should be covered, you're being told you have to pay for it yourself, or you're being told the only option for you is an hour, 2 hours from here, months from now. That's unacceptable. People are paying these premiums. Employers are paying these premiums. People deserve to access care. There are dentists who are prepared to provide it, and this bill will ensure they can access those dentists. So with that, I will wrap it up, and I'm not sure if anybody has any questions, but we are, again, very appreciative of the work that everyone has done so far. And the last thing I'll say is I bet every single one of my colleagues has a story like mine, has a story like Jennifer's, and because of that, we have a bill that I think will be a solution not only for them, but the millions of people they represent who are experiencing this issue. Thank you again to all the students who are here. Thank you for taking on such a critically important, essential career, and we'll need your help. Let's get AB 371 passed. Thank you. I don't know if I got my dentist in trouble.